It's the end. NBA brought to you by 2K Sports on this very special Easter Sunday. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. This game is part of the travel schedule for New Orleans. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's his first foul.
Yeah, quick foul to pick up right away here in the first quarter.
Now here's Ingram to the left wing. Here's Williamson. Kicks it out to Jones. And the three off target. And here's Los Angeles. Smitty, expectations have been so high for this Clippers team in recent seasons with the addition of Kawhi and the addition of Paul George and the other great parts around him.
They've got a lot of terrific players, Kevin. On paper, they look playoff ready. So those expectations aren't so misplaced.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Williamson missing. Leonard on the wing. In the corner, George with it. Now Leonard. Here's Dunn. And Leonard has it in the corner. Off target from outside. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Tyronn Lue and I had a few minutes to share. He told me it's always a challenge when you face a team this opportunistic. He said those guys are going to look to take advantage of any weakness. We have to really communicate defensively tonight. Guys, back to you.
Great update, David. Thanks. It'll be fascinating, Greg, to watch them try to slow down these shooters.
No question. That's the focus defensively. But then, on the offensive end, they have to get production of their own.
The way this league is going, you have to play great defense and you have to score to keep up.
Well, in spite of the critics and the injuries, Paul George continues to produce one of the league's truly elite players.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
And stolen by Dunn. And it's George finishing it off.
You have to be careful with the ball around Dunn. He'll pick it and send it back the other direction.
And you mentioned the injuries for Paul George. Let's see, GA, the broken leg, shoulder surgeries, last season a torn elbow ligament.
And I'm sure there are a few others, Kevin. But give him credit to battle through and maintain his greatness tells you something about his competitive will.
Here's Dunn. Zion Williamson making his last shot. And here's Ingram from the arc. To Williamson. Leonard with the steal. Zubac with it. Now Valanciunas defending.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Williamson with it. Driving inside. And the dunk by Williamson.
With the reputation of a highlight reel dunker, Zion's always ready to put on a show.
Outside Leonard. Covington in the corner. And stolen by Williamson. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
1:31 left here in the first quarter. And Leonard with the block.
A stellar defender. Leonard's impeccable timing on this end allows him to reject shots.
And George gets it to go.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
Now here's Ingram. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Kicks it out to Jones. New Orleans moving it around. Clock at 4. Here's Valanciunas. And the layup's good off the glass.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
This Pelicans team is interesting because they haven't been fully healthy. If they can keep everyone healthy, they can be a force.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Now here's Ingram. Pass to Hayes. Jacks up a 3. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist.
Don't sleep on Ingram as a facilitator. Has the size to see over defenders and make sound decisions.
And here's George. Defended by Jones. Right side Leonard. Poke loose. To the left side wing. Here's Valanciunas. And it's off from three-point range. And so the first quarter is in the books. Pelicans lead by 4. And back in a moment as we'll get it.
The Pelicans elect.
Well, we hope you're enjoying your Easter as we are here as we get underway once again. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you guys think?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Karis LeVert has become one of the game's best slashers. He says, honestly, I just go to the front of the rim and work on different spins. Getting more comfortable with both hands and finishing. Kyrie Irving did that when he was younger, and that's one of the ways he became a great finisher. Kevin, back to you.
He is a great finisher. David, thanks. He's studying the greats, and it's paying off. And great for Kevin Love. He feels like he's got a lot of years left in the league.
And Kevin, coming off the bench should lengthen the end of his career. He can thrive as a bench weapon with that green light, and he's got that light to let it fly with that shot.
Great job scanning the floor by Kevin Love, using his vision to find the open man.
Daniel. First personal foul. First team foul.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Back to Powell. The kick out to Wall. 5 to shoot. Goes up at the stripe. Rebound Love.
Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
Here's Nance. And the jam by Larry Nance.
And looking at Nance, not a big-time scorer in the half-court set. So the best way to get him involved offensively is to get him out in space.
Will it go? Wall. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Second personal foul.
And after not playing for a season, John Wall back in action, bought out by the Rockets, and he signs with the Clippers. If he can get back to where he was, that's a huge win for the Clippers. Could serve as a deadly third option for LA.
And he makes good on the layup. George has got 8.
Great floor awareness. Kyle knows how to find his open teammates.
Love outside. Pass to Nance. So here's Murphy. The shot's good on the assist by Nance. Murphy's got his first points of the game.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Wall's shot is off.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
Pass to Murphy. Hands in the high post. And here's LeVert. Launches it. The shot, no good. Clippers trailed by 8. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. And it's George finishing it off.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
Right now, it's their passing game, and it's been on point, doing a great job of moving it around and getting the ball to their shooters.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
There's LeVert going inside.
And just so good at reading angles. When LeVert spots a lane to the rim, he is all over it.
Outside, George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Nance.
Yeah, good job to take it right at him.
The Clippers have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
You know, no one produces like Paul George does. He elevates your team's abilities in any situation.
Paul George with the steal. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
Substitution on the court.
We've got 1:13 left in the first half of the game.
And since 1999, the Clippers and Lakers have shared their downtown LA arena, the only NBA teams to split a venue, but that's going to change soon. Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
.35 seconds left to play in the first half.
With that impressive wingspan, Brandon Ingram can sure make plays above the rim.
Rejected by Ingram. Outside, Jones. Leonard with the steal. To the paint. There's Covington. And it's done in the corner. Pass to George. Over Jones. Leonard on the wing. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. On a defensive effort they put on Kawhi Leonard. It's rare to see him have the kind of trouble he's had tonight. Right back after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Outside, Covington. Pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Beautiful dime from Covington. He doesn't hesitate to share the ball.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. Drops in the layup for 2. Ingram's got the lead up to 9 now for the Pelicans. And in the last decade, defenses switching on screens has increased dramatically. Is this the new normal, you think?
Kevin, I think so. I think teams that switch well tend to defend well. Because switching can create mismatches, but it's harder to punish those now with all the help defense.
Lets it go from deep. Cans it from downtown. Ingram's got 9.
Becoming consistent from beyond the arc, it's completely changed how you have to defend Ingram.
Leonard draws the double. Over to the left wing. Right side, Covington. Just 5 to shoot. The 3 from George. Valanciunas grabs the board.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. Hey, guys, just a little too nonchalant there. That's a couple turnovers here in the last few minutes, and those miscues can spell trouble.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And again, no good by the Clippers.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
Pass to Alvarado. Williamson outside. With the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 8.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And as incredible as Zion Williamson has been and is, the big problem, Greg, is keeping him ready to play. His health.
And there have been all sorts of opinions chiming in on whether he can play at a high weight. But the bottom line is something needs to happen to keep him healthy. He's lost too much time early in his career.
Done outside. George looking over the floor. Pass to Leonard. There's a screen by Covington. Back to George. From past the arc. And they recover it. Now Zubac. Stolen. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Here's Alvarado. Off target from three-point range. Clippers trailed by 12. The topic of parity is always front and center with the NBA. So, Steve, how do you see the balance in the league these days?
Well, Kevin, the NBA's done a good job trying to keep financial equality between teams. But the biggest stars want to play in the biggest markets. So parity will always be a factor.
Leonard attacking. Pelicans pull it in. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Pass to LeVert. Love outside. Covington with the steal. And here is Dunn. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Dunn.
Boy, if you're the coach, you hate to see that kind of miscommunication between your guys.
And it's Love with the ball for the Pelicans. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Here's George. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from LeVert.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Solid as a rock from 20 feet away. And the Pelicans lead by 14.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Outside Covington. That ball. Nice feed that time from Leonard.
No second guessing on that shot from Robert Covington.
From about 16. New Orleans moving it around. Lays it up off the glass.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
He has gone ice cold this quarter, obviously not helping their cause.
Picked by Murphy. 12 seconds left in the third. Just 5 on the clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Off target with his three. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Pelicans ahead. They lead by 13. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Pelicans leading by 13. And LeVert, here we go. Count that one.
And got to push LeVert out of that area because he's very comfortable looking to score from there.
Pass to Wall. Puts up a three. Love grabs the board.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
Ball's shot is good.
Nicholas Batum making the resourceful play, gifting the ball to a ready shooter instead of forcing something.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Substitution on the court.
And a wide open look for Valanciunas. And he's good on the three ball.
Stretching the floor, the new concept for Valanciunas. In his first 5 years, he attempted just 4 triples total.
Here's Leonard. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Paul George with the steal. Leonard with the ball. Jones covering. And it's Leonard missing.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Pass to Valanciunas. Kicks it out to Williamson. And another three for New Orleans.
Looking confident off the catch. If Zion can do this on a regular basis, watch out.
Leonard looking around. Inside. Over Ingram. Pocket 6. Can't cash in from the high post. Jones, no one around him. No good on the three.
It's so hard to keep the defense honest when you miss wide open looks like that.
Leonard, no luck.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
Screen by Valanciunas. Williamson driving in and finished off by Williamson.
The acceleration from Zion off the pick, keeping him well ahead of the defender.
And Wall with the slam.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk.
And there had been so much talk about Zion wanting out of New Orleans. That was all put to rest this past summer. Zion signing a loaded extension to keep him with the Pelicans for the next handful of years. I think people underestimated the Pelicans last year. They had such a tough start to the season, but still were able to make it to the playoffs.
And here's Covington from the arc. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
Off on the timing, or it may have been a miscommunication. Either way, turnover.
Pelicans leading by 19. Pass to Nance. Back to Williamson. Now Lewis, covered by Wall. It's stolen by Wall. And Wall with the slam.
At times, Wall can be so explosive here, playing downhill, and then just sails over the defense for the dunk.
Loads it up for Williamson. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for New Orleans.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Brandon Ingram.
And how many times throughout the course of the evening did he make a momentum-changing play? I thought his relentlessness really keyed their success.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that makes.
Wow! He went high.
That was nice. Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Pass to George. Shot clock at 5. And it's blocked. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Four on the clock. Murphy with the steal. Now here's Williamson. So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took